All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Becca Russo, and I will be facilitating this event. Welcome to the Small School Districts Association Virtual College Fair. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for more. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/SSDA. So now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. First, we have Waynesburg University. So I will turn it over to our presenter from Waynesburg and stop my sharing so you can share your screen. Take it away.
Thank you, Becca. Good morning, everybody. I do want to apologize. My video is not working today because technology is temperamental. So that's okay. We will roll anyways. So I'm an admissions counselor here at Waynesburg University, and I'm very excited to share a little bit with you today. So first of all, an overview of who we are and where we are. Waynesburg is a private Christian liberal arts university. We are located in the southwestern corner of Pennsylvania, and we were founded in 1849. So we've been around for quite some time. Our mission here is to educate students to create connections between their faith, learning, and serving. So you'll see that as a theme throughout. Faith on campus is very important to us here, although it is an optional thing for students. You're not required to attend any faith-based events if you're not interested. So there really is a place for everyone here. Our campus ministry center is located right in the middle of campus. So it's an easy place to stop in through during the day. And typically there's free things like food and snacks and coffee and all of that good stuff. Fellowship of Christian Athletes is a program that we have specifically for our athletes, but non-athletes are also allowed to join, if they want to. That's totally fine. Our weekly chapel service is on Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. There is no classes scheduled during that hour, but students, again, are not required to attend if they're not interested. Upper room is an all student-led worship service, and it was actually my favorite thing here as a student. It's on Sunday evenings at 8. It's a really great time to reset and renew for the next week. So on to our academics. We have 70 plus major and minor concentrations and 5 integrated programs within that. So essentially an integrated program would be a bachelor's and master's in 5 years. Those programs are under athletic training, business, counseling, criminal investigation, and education. Now, Waynesburg is a relatively small school, so we have about 1,400 students overall. We come in at a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and you're looking at between 16 and 25 students per average in a class. 100% of our academic departments do offer hands-on learning, whether that be through research or internship opportunities. Here's just an overview of the different majors that we do have. They are listed alphabetically if you are looking for something specific. But our top 5 majors include nursing, criminal justice, forensic science, education, and business. So if you're considering one of those programs, you're looking at a well-established school. We do have athletics here at Waynesburg. We are D3. There's a wide range of sports to choose from if you're looking to continue that in college. Because we're D3, I think that the balance between being a student and an athlete is a pretty manageable one, which is really great. On to scholarships. So each student that is coming into Waynesburg is going to receive one of these scholarships. They range from $6,000 to $16,000, as you can see here. Any student coming from out of state will qualify for that $3,000 state scholarship. Also, if you're an Eagle Scout or Silver or Gold Award for the Girl Scouts, there's an additional scholarship for you there. These are awarded based off of your cumulative GPA and your test score. Although for this next year, we will be waiving the test score requirement due to COVID. So we do have some competitive scholarship programs as well. The Bonner Scholarship is for students who are really active in community service. Our Stover Scholarship is for students who have a passion for history, government, or political science. The Founders Scholarship is only for PA students, and it's a 3.5 GPA requirement and a 1200 or higher SAT. Our Waynesburg Christian Life Scholarship is relatively new, but we're very excited about it. It's for students who really want to grow in their faith over the next 4 years. On to tuition and fees, room and board, our cost of attendance, all very important information. This chart really explains it well with the breakdown, but we come in at about $37,530. So if you think that that's a manageable thing for you, then we're definitely a good school to be looking at. And then questions is my last slide here. So this is all of my information. If there's anything that you need, you can always reach out. If you want to take a picture of this or write it down, you can definitely do that, or chat, and I'm happy to do that as well. Thanks.
Thank you, Kristen. Up next, we have Regent University.
Okay, awesome. Well, hi, y'all. My name is Mackenzie Rivers. I'm with Regent University. I just want to share a little bit with you about who we are as Regent University. So Regent University is a 4-year nonprofit Christian university, and we are located in beautiful coastal Virginia Beach, Virginia. And we also do have our online degree programs as well. We do have over 11,000 students who call themselves Regent Royals, but 4,400 of them are considered undergraduate students. And these students are either taking classes online, they live on campus, or they commute from the local area. Our student population does represent all 50 states, 90 countries, and 40 denominations. So you can definitely say we have quite a diverse population here. You'll also see our average test scores and GPA listed. At Regent, we do look at the students holistically though, and what that means is we look beyond your transcripts. We want to see more than just your SAT scores. We take into account your extracurricular activities, the difficulty of the classes you've taken in high school, and other things like if you've had a job and stuff. Although our SAT and ACT scores are listed, we are test optional this year, but I always encourage you, if you have taken your test, go ahead and submit those so we can see what you qualify for merit-based scholarships. So for 9 years in a row now, we have been awarded the best online bachelor's degree in Virginia, and I am super proud about that because although we are a smaller university, we are competing against larger universities in the state of Virginia. This is a huge benefit for our students now more than ever as we live in this new virtual world. But we are an award-winning, regionally accredited liberal arts university, which is the highest level of accreditation a university can achieve. And we have achieved this for over 40 years now. We also do pride ourselves on developing a really comprehensive curriculum for which we are only one of 23 universities in the country to receive what's called an A rating. You'll also see on here that 90% of our full-time faculty do hold the highest degree in their discipline, and many of them actively work in their fields too. So this just really helps give you and provide you with that real-world experience. And then lastly, our student-to-faculty ratio is 17:1, and this classroom dynamic is very small, and it allows our students to receive a very personalized instruction with our professors. It's one of the my favorite things about the program. So we do love to say here at Regent, our students are never lost in a large lecture hall. We do realize that figuring out your finances, it's going to be a huge part of which school that you choose. And that's why we're excited to announce that we are committed to making your education affordable. So we do rank in the top 5% for most affordable private colleges in universities in the nation. So the cost you see on the screen is across the board for all students. Since we are a private university, we do not have in-state or out-of-state tuition. Over 85% of our students do receive some sort of aid. We do have a number of institutional opportunities for aid, but we always encourage students fill out your FAFSA and take advantage of federal aid as well. And then on the bottom right of the screen, you can also visit this website. We call it our net price calculator. It's just a good opportunity for you to get an individualized cost based on your circumstances. And then perhaps you are someone who prefers that flexibility of learning online on your own schedule. This is the tuition rate for our online schools. And tuition in this case is determined by your course load. So full-time is considered 12 or more credit hours. But I always love to say here at Regent, we are your one-stop shop when it comes to pursuing your education. We do offer over 135 different areas of study, and this is from associate's degrees all the way through doctoral programs. At Regent, we do offer our students many resources to ensure that whether you live on campus, you commute, or you're studying online, these resources are accessible to you. One of my favorites is our Office of Career and Talent Management. It's a really good opportunity for you to help build your resume. They'll teach you how to interview better, and they'll even help you find internships and jobs after graduation. But we do understand that your college experience involves every aspect of your life. So we do offer a lot of opportunities outside of the classroom. For example, we have over 55 student-led organizations, including Surf Club. We are by the beach. Moot Court, we do have an ABA accredited law school on our campus, and then our Student Activities Board as well. We do have a state-of-the-art performing arts center where you can either watch or participate in several productions throughout the year. And then fun fact, we are an extremely military-friendly campus, and over 30% of our population is military affiliated in some way. So if you are interested in a military career, we offer several ROTC programs and scholarships as well. And then, like I've mentioned a couple times now, we are located in coastal Virginia Beach, Virginia, which is, again, one of my favorite things about our school itself. We are only a short 20-minute drive from the boardwalk. In the state of Virginia, there are 38 state parks and 21 national parks, so it's a perfect place for you to venture out over the weekend. And Virginia is also home to several historical sites, including historical Williamsburg, and then we're just a few hours away from Outer Banks and Washington, D.C. Now, our campus is open for tours, and we love for you to come check us out. But if you're unable to, we do have our virtual on-campus tour that you can take advantage of. And then you can apply for our program online. You can either call or do it online. If you do call and speak with one of our admissions counselors, typically they will waive that $50 application fee, giving you the answers to the test. But we do operate on rolling admissions, so it's not too late to apply for this coming fall. And we'll put, I'll go ahead and put our information in the chat so you guys can ask any questions that you may have.
Thank you. Up next, we have Sweet Briar College. Take it away.
Hello. I am so excited that you are here, and I want to share with you some information about Sweet Briar. Sweet Briar is an all-women's college. We are in the middle of Virginia, about 3 hours from DC, about 3 hours from the beach. We are all women, liberal arts, private institution. We are intentionally small, so your average class size is going to be about 8 to 12 students. You really get to know your faculty. You really get lots of one-on-one attention. And we are very experiential and hands-on, so you're going to be using your hands and doing lots of project-based learning. We are sorry, wrong slide. We are really focused on outcomes and preparing our students for success. Within 6 months of graduation, 90% of our students are gainfully employed or in graduate school. So you're definitely going to be built up for success. And then we have a large and beautiful campus with almost 3,000 acres, including 18 miles of trails that you can go hiking and walking and horseback riding on. So a beautiful area to spend some time. We have about 20 different programs of study, so we don't do everything, but we do a fantastic job with the selection that we offer. We also have pre-med, pre-vet, and pre-law programs, as well as certificate programs, including one in equine studies, so that you can focus in on the training and schooling of horses or barn management. We also highly encourage students to build their own majors, depending on exactly what you want to go off and do. About 8 out of 10 of our students do internships before they graduate. Many of them do more than one, and a lot of our students end up having their first job offer as a result of one of these. We also have a ton of students who do research with faculty. Many of them are published with faculty members before they on official papers. So about 6 out of 10 of our students do that. It's a fantastic thing to be able to put on your resume and show off. And our faculty are also phenomenal. So most of them have the highest degree in their field, but they came to Sweet Briar to teach So you're not going to be taught by graduate students at Sweet Briar. You're always going to be taught by faculty members. They're always going to be in these small classes where they can see your face and they literally can tell if you don't get it, and will backtrack and make sure that everything makes sense to you. That was a huge change for me coming from a great big high school when I was here as a student. We focus on teaching first, so research and publishing is not something that's going to keep them focused from getting their job done. And we do have a 3-12-12-3 calendar system. So during the 3-week periods that begin and end each year, you only take one course. It's highly intensive. It meets every single day. So it's just something a little bit different that we do. And when all of this COVID stuff is over, some of those will go abroad, and you would be able to do a small study abroad session if you were interested. Like there was an art history class that went to Italy. We are a residential campus. Most of our students live on campus, and we do guarantee housing all 4 years. We do require you to live on campus unless you're local, living with your immediate family or over the age of 24. But we have really awesome housing. We all of the dorms have heating and air conditioning. Fantastic food on campus. We have a greenhouse on campus where you literally can see where the produce is being grown, that you're being served in the dining hall. We have on-campus health services, including counseling services, because we know that mental health is just as important as physical health. And you can have a car for all 4 years. It's also very, very cheap to have a car for all 4 years. We're really focused on sustainability with our large campus. We want to make sure that we're using as much of it sustainably and supporting Virginia and the area and the globe. So we have a 20-hive apiary where we're actually training students to become beekeepers and helping to support the food supply in the local area. We have 2 vineyards on campus where we're growing grapes that we are selling to Virginia wineries to help support them. There's not a winery on campus, there never will be. And then, as I said, we have the greenhouse that's growing on campus. We're actually adding hydroponics right now. And we have some bays that are dedicated just to student research. So that's another opportunity for research for students. We do have an internationally renowned equestrian program that is really right on campus. So you could walk there if you wanted, although we do run shuttles for classes, and you can also drive. It's about a 10-minute walk. And we have about 50 school-owned horses. We have several competition teams. About a third of our students are horseback riders, and half of those are first-time riders. So you could definitely try that as something new. We have 7 other varsity sports. We are a D3, so we don't offer athletic scholarships, but you truly get to be a student athlete. Practices are blocked so they don't interfere with classes, and rarely do games interfere with classes. So you really get to enjoy being an athlete. Lots of clubs on campus, as I said, including a beekeeping club. But if there's something that you want that doesn't exist yet, all you need are a couple of friends and a faculty sponsor. It's really easy to get something started. We will have study abroad again when everything calms down. We have a few programs that are established, but we encourage students to go everywhere as long as it's not a war-torn country. Other countries have to let us back in for right now. Fantastic career services program that will follow you for life. If 15 years after you graduate, you decide you want to change careers and need help with that, our folks will work with you for free, helping you with your resume and your cover letter and networking and all those things. Because you probably haven't kept up on job hunting skills. You probably kept up on job skills. So we're here to help you with that. We are affordable, so no student pays the full price. I've seen students with a bottom line of 20,000. I've seen students with a bottom line of 3,000. So it really just depends on the federal aid that you receive and the merit aid. We do award merit scholarships at the time that you're accepted, and the highest one ranges up to $15,000. So that's about 75% of tuition covered right there. We are open for in-person visits. We would love you to come out, and we can actually help with that. We can cover the cost of you and one of your parents to fly out here to see us if you're really interested, because we know how important visits are. But we also do virtual tours right now. And then we are still accepting applications, no fee to apply. Essays and recommendation letters are optional. We'll work with you very holistically and independently. And I would love to answer any questions that you have. I'll drop my information in the contact in the chat in just a second. I'd love to answer any questions and help you however I can.
Thank you. Up next, we have Virginia Tech.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Thompson. I'm admissions counselor here with Virginia Tech, and I'm going to talk tech to you today. I'm going to tell you, first of all, where we are located. We are located in the heart of the New River Valley of Southwest Virginia. We are in a gorgeous Mid-Atlantic prime location, but we are not just a college town here at Virginia Tech in Blacksburg. We are a destination. And when your family and friends come to visit, they are not going to want to leave. And that's because we have the Appalachian Trail, the Blue Ridge Parkway, Claytor Lake State Park with a gorgeous lake and beach area, And in the wintertime, you can cross the mountains into West Virginia and be in the midst of the most prime skiing in the Mid-Atlantic region. And that's why Blacksburg and Virginia Tech students are considered some of the most fittest and active in the nation. Our motto is Ut Prosim, and that means that I may serve. Everything we do here at Virginia Tech, we do it with a focus of service to others. That includes our teaching, our research, and our outreach. One example is our annual Relay for Life event. It is the largest collegiate Relay for Life event in the nation, and over the past 10 years, our students have organized and raised more than $6 million to help find a cure for cancer. Another thing we're proud of here at Virginia Tech is our Corps of Cadets, representing all branches of the military. Virginia Tech loves its Corps. Now, we'll talk Hokie Nation. Hokie Nation is loud and proud, and we are on every continent of the planet, and that includes Antarctica. Yes, we have Hokies with the penguins in Antarctica. But one of the great things about Hokie Nation is that we support each other, and our alumni are employed by some of the most prestigious organizations in the nation and in the world. And I'm talking about companies such as Booz Allen, Citibank, JP Morgan Chase, NBC, the CIA, Disney. And a very close friend of mine is one of our aerospace engineering alums, and he works for SpaceX, and he's a project manager. And when he's looking for people to fill positions on his projects, he and his colleagues are catching flights to Blacksburg, Virginia, because he knows that Virginia Tech graduates not only graduate with the academic rigor, but they graduate with the practical hands-on experience to make them career ready to hit the ground running. Now, here briefly is a list of all of our colleges. We have more than 8 colleges for you to choose from. And from those, it gives you more than 150 options as far as majors and minors. You pick the direction and your interests where you want to go long term. So that's more than 150 options. That includes everything from packaging and systems design, early childhood development, sociology, psychology, and all the way to the other end of the spectrum where we have aerospace and ocean engineering and everything in between here at Virginia Tech. One of our application process, what is it? It is holistic. What does that mean? That means that we view you as an individual and not just a number. We want to know about you academically, but we want to know also about you as an individual. On the academic part, you will self-report your academic record. So you will enter your data. You no need to send your transcripts to Virginia Tech. But we want to see that you're taking rigorous coursework in high school. We were test optional this past year and just got notifications yesterday that we will be test optional for this upcoming admission cycle. So if you're a junior and you're looking up on your senior year, do note that Virginia Tech is test optional for this fall when you apply. Now, another great thing about Virginia Tech that is different from other schools is we don't do recommendation letters and we don't do resumes, so you can just check those off your list as complete. But what we do here at Virginia Tech is Ut Prosim essays, and those are 4 questions that are exclusive to us that tell us a little bit more about you that your transcripts just don't tell us. We want to know more about your leadership experience, your service, your resilience, your long-term goals. Is Virginia Tech a good fit for you? And are you a good fit for Virginia Tech? This essay component tells us a little bit more about you, again, that your transcripts and your GPA just don't tell us about you. Now, we're going to talk briefly about deadlines, but by pre-registering today, there's no need to take note of this. We're going to send you some information that has all of this better detailed so that you have it on paper. But for a quick rundown, I'll tell you what these mean. Early decision November 1 means that you are committed to Virginia Tech, and if you are admitted, there is no other school you are going to, you are accepted. No, that's November 1. Deadline and decision is going to come to you just before winter break. The upside of that is you are among the first pool of candidates that we review. Downside is you don't know your financials. So if financial aid is an important factor in deciding, you want to apply early action. Early action is the most desirable option. That is a December 1 deadline. We notify you mid-February. Why is that ideal? Well, because when we send our offer to you in mid-February, you will also be getting offers from other colleges as well. So that gives you time to sit down at the kitchen table, compare apples and oranges, and decide which college is the best fit for you. Also, you have until May 1st to decide. So you have plenty of time to explore your options and make that decision. Now, the last option for you is regular decisions. Do not let the name fool you, because regular decisions is your least desirable option. And that is for those of you who decide at the very last minute that you want to come to Virginia Tech. Now, you could be the valedictorian of your class, top honors graduate, and if you apply regular decisions, chances are you could very well be waitlisted after we've made offers to early decision and early action. If we have space remaining available, only at that time do we look at our regular decision pool. Do not wait until regular decisions. Make sure that December 1 is your absolute last deadline to apply to Virginia Tech. If Virginia Tech is at the top of your list and you want to be at the top of our list, December 1 is a critical deadline. Now, why Virginia Tech? Well, 83% graduation rate, almost double the national average. More than 8 out of 10 of our undergraduates are pursuing advanced education or employed within 6 months. And the average starting salary is no longer $60,000. We just got the numbers recently, and the average starting salary for a Virginia Tech graduate is more than $62,000. And I think we can all agree that is a pretty solid bank. And 9 out of 10 of our freshmen, they come back that sophomore year. Why? Because they love Blacksburg, they love Hokie Nation, and they love Virginia Tech. Be sure you're following us on socials. I'm in the chat if you have any questions today. Go Hokies.
Thank you. You got right at 6 minutes. Very well done. All right. Up next, we have the University of Charleston.
Hi everyone, my name is Kaylee. I'm the Senior Admissions Counselor here at UC. So if you've never heard of us before, we're a very small private college in the capital city of West Virginia. And we have over 30 undergraduate majors and 7 graduate programs. A lot of those undergraduate majors will feed straight into those graduate programs. And if you wanted to be a Golden Eagle, but you weren't really sure that you wanted to travel to West Virginia, we do also offer a lot of our programs online as well. So our different schools would be the School of Arts and Science, the School of Business and Leadership, and the School of Health Sciences. The School of Pharmacy is its own school, but it's actually a graduate school, and our undergraduate for like pre-pharmacy students would actually fall under the biology major, which is in the School of Arts and Sciences. So some great things about UC is that we do have that smaller class size. Our student to faculty ratio is about 14:1. So that means for every student we have at least 1 teacher. We have been voted the most beautiful campus in West Virginia. I can't even tell you how many years running. I know it's at least 5, but it's just gorgeous. Our backyard is probably the most beautiful piece of real estate in the state. Like I said, we're in the capital city, so especially if you're in business or if you're in health sciences, because we do have 4 hospitals around here, we have a ton of internships and externships that you can do. A lot of them are even guaranteed, and some of them are with the Capitol and the politicians over there. We also have a very diverse campus. We're probably one of the smallest schools in West Virginia, but we actually are the most diverse school in West Virginia, with students from 48 states and 44 countries. And this is just a quick view of our campus. This is actually our entire campus. So like I said, very, very small school. You're gonna know your professors very well here. So something really cool that we have is the flex curriculum, which is something that you have to just kind of build your own. You can do a fast track for a lot of our majors and do it in 3 years, but if that's too much, which it is for a lot of students, depending on what they have to do outside of school, you can pull it back and still do 4 years. Nobody will judge you by that or about that or be upset with you. And then we also have a bunch of pre-professional programs, and they have automatic acceptance into our graduate schools. And those are in business, pharmacy, and PA, which is physician's assistant. And those are actually all some of our most popular programs as well. So just to kind of show you how successful our students are at UC, these are just some of our numbers that we have. So our exam passage rates are in the high 90s, and our average for students being employed within 6 months or in graduate school is 85%. So like I said, very, very high. And also something to keep in mind is that they pulled out in this last figure, they pulled out students that were employed, but not necessarily in their degree field. So that number actually is a bit higher than 85. So we have over 30 clubs and organizations, lots of intramurals. All of these come with the potential for scholarships as well. Eagle Fest is one of my absolute favorite things. It's a big party twice a year where everybody can just get to know everybody else. And we have all kinds of events. All of those photos on the left-hand side are actually from Eagle Fest, except for the music one. And Charleston, like I said, again, is the capital city of West Virginia. So we have a ton of stuff to do off campus as well. We are a Division II school, but don't let that fool you. We're extremely competitive. We have done many state, all region, and national tournaments. Some of our coaches just got drafted by the Yankees, believe it or not. And our soccer team just won nationals for the second out of 3 years running. So they had a gap here there, but still pretty impressive. So because we're a larger school, smaller school, sorry, our tuition comes at a slightly higher price, which we're very aware of. So this scholarship that you're seeing here is an automatic scholarship. It's based on your cumulative GPA, and it's not something you have to apply for. It's something that we waive as soon as we get your transcripts. So just because we're private does not mean we don't take FAFSA or anything like that. Please, please, please apply for it. If you're local, any West Virginia aid, we take all of that as well. We are not only test optional, but we are test blind, which means we do not need to see your test scores at all. We think there's a lot more to a student than a score on a piece of paper. So that is a great thing, especially if you're like me with a lot of testing anxiety. However, if you did have really good scores and you wanted to share them with us, here are our codes, but again, you really don't need to. And then in addition to all of these options with the payment plan, with FAFSA and everything, and that first scholarship, we still have a ton of institutional scholarships based on leadership, need, merit, sports, you name it, we probably have it. All right, so if you're ready to apply, this is what you need. You'll need to go online and just apply. Send us your transcript to admissions@ucwv.edu. And I'm actually going to drop in the chat a code to waive that application fee. So you really don't even need to worry about that. All we need is your application, your self-reported GPA, and that'll get you admitted. And then as soon as we get your transcript, we will assign your scholarships. If you need any help, please don't hesitate to give me a call, or you can visit our website, or we have a live chat feature on the website as well, or any of our social medias.
Thank you, Kaylee. And last but not least, we have Randolph College.
One second here to get this right, and there we go. All right, thank you, everyone. My name is Corey Brown. I'm with Randolph College in Lynchburg, Virginia. So a little bit about Randolph. We are, like I said, located in Lynchburg, Virginia, aka Central Virginia, where our campus is on the smaller side. We are a smaller school, about 600 students on campus. And as you can see, the pictures here of campus, everything is at about a 5-minute walking distance on our campus. The biggest thing, like I said, the student body is about 600. We tend to think of ourselves more of as a big community. The average class size for us is 13. We have been ranked the top 20 of professor accessibility the past 3 years. And the latest year, we were number 16, a student faculty ratio of 8-to-1. So you are able to connect, learn, and grow with your professors as they help you learn and make your way through your process and your transition through Randolph. So some of our possibilities here, we have about 43 minors and a little over 30 majors, actually. And as you'll see a list of them here in front of you, some pre-professional programs, pre-law, pre-vet. Engineering is our biggest one, a unique program in the pre-professionals, pre-med and teacher licensure. But then we also offer graduate programs in education, creative writing, coaching, and sports leadership. How you learn is how we want you to figure out, and what we want you to figure out here at Randolph. The biggest thing, and I think the thing that'll stand out most for students, is our Take 2 class scheduling. So students will take 2 courses for a 7-week period. Focus on those 2 courses. You will meet 3 to 4 times a week, with Wednesday guaranteed off of class. The biggest thing is to allow students to retain their information a little better. And then also allowing students to have a bit more of a concrete schedule to plan their week out. So if you have a job, clubs, sports, internships, research programs, anything like that, we want you to have a concrete schedule so that you're able to plan those things out, and allow you to get a little more involved throughout your day at Randolph. But that 7-week period will be followed up by a self-scheduled exam period, and then you're moving on to your next 7-week transition in 2 courses. Here at Randolph, we want you to transition well. So we offer transition programs such as our Super and Star program. We have a career development center where students can go and learn about one-on-one settings, interview settings, resume building, anything like that. That stuff is accessible to you in our career development center. And it's also, once you graduate, you are still allowed to come back and use our CDC for your own benefit. We have academic services, so students can go sign up for tutoring at their will through their student portal, writing labs, things like that. And our tutoring is done by our very own students who would love, obviously, the more they tutor, the more they get paid. So they are loving when students are signing up for tutoring as well. We also have advising. So students who get on campus and they go through what we call our Randolph plan. The minute you get on campus, you sit down with your advisor and you look over each semester that you have in front of you, and you're plugging in courses that you like, that you dislike, that you've taken. And each time you meet with them, you're able to keep track of the credits you've earned and what you need to take in order to graduate on time. Being original is our slogan. So build your resume, develop your brand, take advantage of our opportunities as early and often as possible. It just depends on how proactive you want to be. We will help you do as much as you possibly can in order to get your foot in the door with your career before you graduate. Be an athlete. So we offer 17 teams, 1 Wildcat family, and our newest team is esports. We compete in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, ODAC for short, one of the highly and most competitive conference D3-wise in the country. So a very high level of sports at the same time as building your education in a very hands-on setting. We want you to come here. We have a Mayor Museum and we're connected with the Art Gallery in London. So we will send students to internships. So those of you who are art majors, anything like that, that's a great opportunity for you. We have dance, we have music, theater, we have in-station internships where students are working on the materials and things like that for our theater production. So any way you feel like you want to get creative and get out there and show off that creativity, we offer many different ways, and it is a big staple of our campus. Get out. We have clubs. Get involved from 40 plus different clubs on campus. We want our students to get out, be a voice for their peers, use their platform and things like that to give back to the community locally on our very own campus at that as well. So we want students to get out. And like I said, students have the opportunity to create their own clubs as well. So if there's something you feel that is missing and you feel like you have enough peer support, you can actually start your own club and have that foundation begin with you. Be a part of tradition. Many different traditions here at Randolph. We are very big on that. Holiday on Main is something big. One of the biggest ones is our odds versus evens, just depending on when you're graduating, you'll be on one side of that rivalry. Daisy Chain, Bow Tie Tuesday is a newer one, and Midnight Madness for our basketball team. Many different ways to get out. And there's also opportunity for you to start on your own traditions. Get beyond the red brick wall. One of the big things I mentioned earlier was internships. So we want students to get out, get involved, get yourself going, things like that. Get out, get that experience, like I said, to get your foot in the door. That'll be a big thing for you. And we are here to help you do that at Randolph. Like I said, all just based on your proactivity.
And Corey, you are at 6 minutes. So if you wouldn't mind everyone coming on screen, we're just going to finish with some Q&A. And if you want to add any additional information, feel free to do so in the chat. And students can refer to that. So we will quickly share a fun or interesting fact about your school. And so we'll start with Waynesburg University. Go ahead.
Thanks. So I think the most fun fact that I can share is that every year we do what's called Charter Day Chicken. On our Charter Day, we celebrate, another year of our school being open, and they make this really, really good chicken. It's breaded, it has gravy on top. It is so good, and everybody goes wild. So it's a good time.
That sounds delicious. Regent University.
I would say a fun fact about Regent is we do something really special the day before commencement. It's called our commissioning ceremonies. And it's just an opportunity for the dean of the school in which you're studying in to pray over you and commission you out. And it's just a really intimate setting, and it's fun to hear the dean say your name and pray for you before you go out. So that's one of my favorite things about the university.
Nice. Sweet Briar College.
We have a fantastic tradition where we pass on kind of ceremonial ornamental robes that seniors wear on the day that they would be graduating once a month, and they get passed down for years and years and years, and then people add flair and personality to them. So often after so many years, they actually have to be retired because they're falling apart because so many things have been added to them and they've been worn so much. So we actually have quite a few on display in our campus museum, but it's a great tradition between the juniors that are receiving them from the seniors who are graduating, and it's not the ones they wear on actual graduation day.
Love that. Virginia Tech.
One interesting fact is also a little known fact outside of Blacksburg, Virginia, and that's game day. On game day, when you have 60,000 fans jumping in Lane Stadium for our football games and they're playing Enter Sandman, it actually registers as a small earthquake on the Richter scale. So when we're rocking Lane Stadium, we are literally rocking the ground in Lane Stadium.
Wow. University of Charleston.
So I'm going to stick to the food theme, where I said earlier, we have so much diversity on our campus. A few years back, some of our students came to our food staff and our food director in particular and talked to them and said that they were getting a little homesick and asked if there was anything that they could do to kind of like make foods from home. And the director said, yes, bring me your family recipes. And that became so popular that it's actually a program we have now called International Food Day. Every single week, there's a free food evening for our students so that they can taste food from around the world. And the students from those countries, if they want to, actually help prepare the food so that it's very authentic.
Love that. And finally, Randolph College.
I am also going to stick on to the food theme. I am someone I enjoy food thoroughly. So the last Friday of the year before final exams, we have what we call our crab leg fest. So there are crab legs and shrimp in the dining hall for dinner that day, and I wait for that Friday every single year. I'm a seafood fan, a big fan. So.
I can see why. That sounds delicious. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for more. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all other recordings at strivescan.com/SSDA. Thank you so much to our presenters for sharing their valuable information and their time. And thank you to all of you for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your day.